Okay, so in the last class what we have done, I think we have done up to question number 3. Oh yeah, there was a homework. Have you done that?
Yes, yes. All have done. And actually, so one new topic will be started today, I think.
So you did not do that.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, okay. I think what was the homework? I also forget. Maybe that one. Just a minute.
In previous, yeah, yes.
Mm, among these, which one was the homework? I think this one maybe.
Uh, all have done in the previous class. Actually, on the during discussion.
Okay, so maybe this one was the homework. Okay, let it be. I think you can do that. Okay, so I like you know that how to do, right? So
Yes, yes.
okay, so and the third question was also solved. That UDS and how many like what will be the example for that UDS state. So I have given you 2 examples so that
Yes, yes.
sigmas.
It has also done.
Yes,
It has
sigma
also
0
done.
and lambda 0, right? So that
Yes,
thing
yes.
was also done. So let's come to the fourth one. I think fourth one was not done. Okay, so for fourth one, what was that? That identify the missing particle. Okay, so it's typo, it will be particle. Okay, so there is 2 questions. One is that pi minus plus p goes to k0 plus question mark. Question mark means you have to fill the particle, and the second one is this one. So what should I do here? Just I am writing this. It's a very simple thing, not that much simple, but as you already done the previous things, that means it's already very simple for you. So what should we do here? Basically identify the missing particle means like in that previous question, that second question told us about that like two question. In that second question, 2 question was there. If you remember, 2 question was there. The first question was that is it allowed or not? That is the first question. And then what is the type of this question? Like, what is the type of that interaction? That's 2 question was there. But in that fourth question, as it is says that question mark, that means you it already told that your interaction will be allowed, it should be allowed, otherwise how can I find that x value? So obviously the first question for question number 4, these interaction should be allowed. Okay, so now what should I do? I have to find the value of x, that means what will be the particle of x. So what should I do here? At first, like obviously I have told you that B, L and Q, these 3 should be conserved in any nuclear reaction. So obviously at first with the help of B, L and Q, I can find the baryon number, lepton number and charge of that particle X. So let's do that. So for baryon number, if I try, for pi minus, the baryon number is 0, because meson is not a baryon. For P it's a 1, for K0 it's a 0. So obviously to have the delta B equals to 0, x will be what? Like the value of B for x will be what? 1, because in the
Yeah.
left hand side 0 plus 0 and 1 is there. So in the right hand side obviously 1 should be there, so it will be 1. So that means what? So the baryon number for x should be 1. This is the first conclusion. So that means if I write here xb will be 1. Now coming to the L part. So for L part, you can see that pi minus P, K0, these all are non-leptonic particle. So that means 0 plus 0. So in that right hand side, obviously 0 is there. So that means obviously it will be a 0. That means it is not a leptonic particle. So x of L equals to 0. Now coming to the Q part. Q part is what? Q is the charge. So pi minus is minus 1. P means proton. Proton has a charge plus 1. And K0 has a charge 0. So in that left hand side minus 1 plus 1, that means a 0. So in that right hand side obviously there will be a 0 value. That means x of Q will be 0. So these 3 has already done. That means from these 3 we can conclude that the x, which is the missing particle, it has a baryon number 1, it has a lepton number 0 and it has a charge 0. Now coming to these three, that important three, I have told you that these three means S, I and I3. These three are important. So coming to the S part. So what was the interaction? Pi, I think minus was there. Yeah, minus. Pi minus plus P goes to K0 plus X. So for A's value, S means the strangeness number. So what is the A's value for pi minus? It is 0 because pi minus is not a strange particle. For P also, S is 0 because P does not have a strangeness number. P is not a strange particle. And for K0, what is the value of S? I forget, but you have to remember this. So for K0, I think S is something plus 1 or minus 1. For K0, S is plus 1. So coming to the next one. Okay. Yeah. So for K0, the S is plus 1. So obviously in the right hand side, in the left hand side the S is 0. So that means to have the right hand side also 0. So that means S will be a minus 1 value for X. So we can conclude here that X will be minus 1. Right? Now coming to the I part. So what will be the value of I here? So I means here for pi minus I is 1 because there is 3 particles. Like in that family there are 3 members, pi 0, pi minus and pi plus. So I equals to plus 1 and P is half. And for K0 is what? K0 is like K0 K minus, so that means half is there, and plus here X is there. So X means what? X means here we can see that X is like, what will be the value? Okay, so obviously 1 plus half, that means X will be 1. So X is not 1, X of I equals to 1. Now coming to the I3 part. Okay, now coming to the I3 part. So for that I3 part, what is there? So minus 1, pi minus has a I3 value minus 1. Okay, so P has a I3 value plus half. And K0 is a family of, like it's a family member of K0 and K plus. If I say correctly, K0 and K plus. K0, K plus, yes. So, so K0, K plus. So that means obviously there will be minus half. Basically, it should be K plus K0 like that. So this is for I3 is plus half for K plus and minus half for K0. So what will be the value of here? Like here, as a result, it is a minus half. So there should be 0 value. So I have just concluded that X of I3 is 0. Okay. So what I have done in that 6, like from that 6 quantum number, what I have found that X of B1, X of L0, X of Q0, X of S equals to, what was that? X of S minus 1, X of I is 1, X of I3 is 0. So these 6 condition I got, and one more condition I need. The condition is that Q value means that quark content. So the quark content of these things, okay, pi minus and P I know, but pi minus and K0 we have to search. Like you just remember these two. I already told you in that first class that you have to remember these things, but still, okay, I'm doing. So pi minus and K0. Pi minus, where is pi minus? Yeah, this one. So pi minus means d u bar, or K0 is what? K0 is d s bar. So d u bar and d s bar. Okay. that one was pi minus plus p goes to k0 plus x. So q means quark content is like d u bar. I think d u bar is there, right? Yeah, d u bar. D u bar will be there. And u means p means uut, and k0 is d s bar. So what should be the value of quark content of x? So what is in the left hand side? D u bar u d, as I already told you that u bar will give you one value, so that means u dd will be in the left hand side resultant, and here d s bar is there, but one thing will be there, so that it will be u dd. So what should be there? Obviously, see here s bar is there, so that means s should be there because there is no s here.
SUD.
Yes, s u d, right? So that means s u d will be the xq. So that means xq is s u d. Now come to the thing that SUD. So okay, just a minute. I am writing here xq equal to xq USD. So just check once that it is correct or not. So the charge of U is 2 by 3. S is minus 1 by 3. D is also minus 1 by 3. Charge, I am talking about charge. Q, electric charge. Okay. So as a whole, 2 by 3 minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3, it is 0. And obviously we found that xq equal to 0. That means whatever we have found the quark content, it is correct. And also, like obviously it's a baryon because USD means Q structure is there, so that means it's a baryon number. That means XB is equal to 1, that is also correct. And obviously this is not a lepton, so that's why XL is 0, that is also correct. And XS is minus 1, it is also correct because S is there and U and D are 0 0 strangeness number, and S has a minus 1 strangeness number, so that means it is also correct. And XI, I means that I value, that means it's a three member family. It is like in one family, whatever they are belonging in this family, 3 members are there, so that's why xi equal to I, because 2i plus 1 equals to m. I think you know that. So m is the number of family member, and if m equal to 3, that means obviously I equals to 1. So I equals to 1 means there is 3 members in this family, and xi3 equals to 0, so that means the middle one will be the family member, this one. So obviously what will be the particle? The particle will be sigma 0. Why sigma 0? Because sigma plus, sigma 0, sigma minus, these 3 are in the family, and in that 3 member, among that 3 member, sigma 0 has a value of I3 as 0, and it has a quark content as USD, so that's why the answer of X will be sigma 0. You can also check from that list also. Where is the list? I should remove these things. Okay, I will do that. So see the sigma 0. Sigma 0 is UDS. So, but why not lambda 0? Lambda 0 will not be there because in that x of I value we got one value, but for lambda 0 x of I equals to 0 because only one particle is in this family. So that's why x of I equals to 0 for lambda 0 and x of I equals to 1 for sigma 0. So as we found this condition, that's why we are taking x as sigma 0. Have you clear? Like, is it clear to you?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's do the second one. I think I don't want to
Second one I can solve.
Yeah.
Second one I can solve.
Yeah, that's I was just thinking that you have to do that because okay, so second one, can you just write that p plus p going to pi plus n plus lambda 0 plus x or y, whatever. So can you please tell me only one number, b? Then also it's fine.
B.
Okay. Yeah,
Baryon. Okay. So proton, it's not a baryon.
Proton is not a baryon?
Baryon, yes. No, proton is not a baryon.
Proton is not a baryon. Like, I don't know. I'm just asking. Proton is baryon or not?
Proton, actually I forget.
You should remember these things. At least, like, proton, neutron, that type of things you should remember. See, proton, neutron, obviously a baryon. Otherwise, how can we make one atom? With the help of baryon, we can only make the atoms. So, proton is baryon or
Okay.
not? These four are baryon. So, here proton is there. So, obviously, proton is a baryon. Okay, just remember it.
Okay.
Okay, now go to that.
Okay, hold the table.
Yeah, what?
I want see to, I want see the table.
See, here baryon is 1, baryon is 1. Pi is
One
baryon or
plus one.
meson?
Pi is meson.
Yeah, okay. N,
Neutron is a baryon.
Okay, lambda 0?
A meson.
Yeah?
Meson.
Lambda 0 is a
Lambda.
baryon.
No, baryon. Yes, baryon. 1 plus 1. So the baryon number is X particle is 0.
Okay, 0, fine. Now it's fine. Just a minute. I have to erase these things. Okay, now tell me the L value.
Okay. So proton is not a lepton, and so LHS is 0 and 5 plus. Neutron is also not a lepton.
See, which one is the baryon? That one cannot be a lepton. Okay.
Lepton.
So this one is also 0, and pi plus is a meson. It is not a lepton, or it is not a baryon also. So that means it has a 0 value. Okay. So y of L, which will be, like, what will be the value of YL?
So 0.
But it should not be like that. Something is missing. Let me see. Have I written wrongly that question or not? I think I have written correctly, because it's showing that the particle is not baryon as well as not lepton. So that is not possible. Just let me see. P pi plus lambda 0. Yeah, that is correct. Okay, fine. Yeah, it is correct. Yeah. So B is 0, L is 0. Right. Now do Q value.
1 plus 1, proton plus 1, and both of proton are plus 1. Plus. Neutron 0 and 5 plus. 5 plus is plus 1. So 1. Q is 1.
And lambda 0 is 0.
Yes.
So that means
the
X of Q is 1.
XQ is 1.
Okay. Now coming to the S part.
Okay. Proton has a 0 S part, 0 plus 0, and 5 plus. 5 plus is alpha 0. And neutron
is also 0.
I think neutron is also 0. Yes.
Lambda 0 has something. I forget.
Lambda 0 maybe plus 1.
Just a minute. Maybe there is nothing. Maybe. Okay, you have to be sure. Lambda 0 is minus 1. See.
Oh, okay.
Lambda
So the X part XF is minus 1.
Just a minute. Lambda 0 is minus 1. Okay. Then?
So plus 1.
Yeah. So XX will be plus 1. Fine. Now coming to the, just erase a little bit. Now coming to the I value. I means isospin.
Yes.
I value. So proton has I?
Proton is a zero isospin. Zero isospin, na?
No, half. Because in that proton family, two members are there, proton and neutron.
For me also.
So
Okay.
proton and neutron, two members are there in their family. So obviously proton will be half, and like I will
One
be
plus one.
half.
One.
Okay, because 2 into
So
half plus 1, that is equal to 2. So that's why I equals to
okay.
half.
So the x I equal to half.
Oh, you got the answer. Okay, I'm checking.
Yes, because
Yeah, pi plus.
two protons plus half plus one, and neutron is the right side is the neutron.
In that right side, pi plus is also there, right?
Yes,
Pi plus has I value?
zero.
No, 1. Because pi plus, pi 0, pi minus. 3 family members were there. Like, how can you find the value of I? See, I means the isospin. Isospin means that, like, in any particle, like P makes a doublet, P and N, right? So for pi also makes a triplet. That means pi plus, pi 0, pi minus. So in that
Yes,
pi section, 3 members are there. So 3 members means, like, the rule is like 2 I plus 1 equals to m. M means the number of family member. So number of family member is 3 for pi. So if I write here 3, then I will be what? I will be 1. So that only the right hand side will be 3. Right?
yes,
So that's why
yes.
pi plus will be I value 1. And n will be which one?
Half.
N
And will be half.
half. Okay. Yeah. And lambda 0, there is no member of lambda 0. No member means only one member. So only one member means if I write here 0, sorry, 1. Only one member, so 1 here. So what will be the value of I? So that the right hand side will be 1. See, it's 2i plus 1. So if I write I value such that the right hand side will be 1. So what should be the value of I? 2i plus 1 equals to 1. So I will be what?
So x I will be minus half.
No, I am not talking about xi. I am just talking about lambda 0 I. Lambda, like,
So lambda zero.
yes. What is the value of I for lambda 0? See, lambda 0 is the only one member in this
So
family.
uh, it has one.
How can it will be 1? See, the rule is 2i plus 1 equals to m. M means the number of family member. So for lambda 0, number of family member is 1. Okay. So in that right hand side 1 is there, and left hand side means 2i plus 1. So 2i plus 1 equals to 1. So what will be the value of I?
Zero.
0. So for lambda 0, the I value will be 0. Now calculate what will
So
be the
the
value of this.
x I will be minus half.
Mm,
Minus half.
just a minute, I have to erase it first. Just a minute.
Yeah, because the left hand side is plus half equal to 1, and the right hand side we have 1 plus half plus 0.
Okay, I'm telling you, just a minute. I'm just erasing this and after that. See, that is fine, whatever you are talking, but there is a problem. You know that I means the isospin. Isospin is not a simple addition quantum number. It is a vector additive quantum number. Okay. So I will tell you what will be the problem if I take I equals to minus half. Just a minute, I'm just erasing these things and after that I will tell you. Just understand what is going here. Now, whatever you told us that in that left hand side 1 is there and in that right hand side obviously 1 should be there. So that means it's already 1 and a half. So that means minus half should be there for x I. You told like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I am writing that rule. Just right now whatever I have given that rule, right? So if I write here 2i plus 1 equals to m. So here if I write, obviously for x particle also if I equals to minus half, then how many people are in that family? 2 into minus half plus 1 equals to, what will be there? Minus 1
Minus 1.
plus 1, that means 0. So that means there is no member in this family. Is it possible? Like at least one member should be there, right? Like for lambda 0 there is only one member. So
Yeah.
xi cannot be a minus half. That means a I value for any particle cannot be a negative value. Okay, so what should I do? What is the correct answer? I will tell you right now that what will be the correct answer. Whatever you have done, it was apparently correct, but when I do the family member calculation, then it shows that there is no family member in that family. How it is possible? It should not be like that. So what we will do, we will do one thing. Basically I is not a simple additive quantum number, it is a vector additive quantum number. Vector additive quantum number means this one is I1, this one is I2 and these are in the left hand side. So the value of I should be I1 minus I2 mod of this one to I1 plus I2. This is a vector rule. So if I write I1 minus I2, that means what will be the value? 0. And I1 plus I2 means 1. So if I take this value, then it is giving us that xi equals to minus half, which should not be the correct one. So we have to take I equals to 0. Like in the left hand side as a whole, we have to take 0 value. So if I am taking the 0 value, then there is a question. Just a minute. I'm erasing again all the things. I think I should write in the next page, but okay, it's not that much problematic. See, these things are very simple, but you have to take a little bit concentration on each and everything. Okay, I'm putting this here. Okay, yeah, yes. So in that left hand side the I value is 0 because we can't take the I value as plus 1, as if I am taking I value is plus 1, then xi will be minus half, which is not possible. So I am taking the another option. Okay, so I am taking the another option that I should be 0 value. So I am taking this option. Now coming to the right hand side part. Right hand side part means 1 plus half plus 0 plus something. I don't know what is this one. So as a whole this should be 0 because obviously we have to conjugate the I value. Okay. Now coming to that, what will be the value of this one? See here 1 is 1 half 0 something. So 0 means it does not play any role. So 1 plus x, 1 plus half plus something. So if I write here 1 plus half, as a whole what it will give? It will give me 3 by 2 or 1 by 2 because it's a vector addition. Okay, so 3 by 2 or 1 by 2. These two can give. So 3 by 2 or 1 by 2. So if I write here Okay, so if I write here, if I write in that right hand side that 3 by 2 plus something or 1 by 2 plus something, these two possibility is there for giving me a zero answer. So these two possibility is there. So what should I do? One can do one thing, that let's take x of I equals to plus half, like x of I equals to plus half. If I take like that, then with this half, what will be the answer? Plus half plus half. So this is a vector addition, that means half minus half mod 2 half plus half, which will give us 0 or 1 value. So one result can be a 0. So that we can write here xi will be half, which is a correct answer. We got the answer. Like should I explain again what is the thing? Basically I is a vector addition quantum number. That's why we are going to add like that, so that in the left hand side its answer will be 0, and in the right hand side obviously the answer should be 0. To get the answer as a 0, we are going to add these each and every I value vector addition, vectorically. I mean that vector sum I am going to add. So if I going to add vectorically, then I have found that if I put xi equal to half, then only we can have the right hand side vector sum as a 0 in one condition. If you just take this possibility, there is also a possibility. So let's say in that possibility you are writing half. So if I write there the half value, then what will be the value? 3 by 2 plus half 2, 3 by 2 minus half in the step of 1. So what will be the value here? 3 by 2 means 2, and 3 by 2 minus 1 means 1. So there is no 0 value. So this condition cannot, this possibility cannot be the case. This condition cannot be the exact one where I can get the I value in the right hand side as 0. And that's why the xi will be half in our case. It's a very tricky, little bit tricky. Do you got the point? Like why I have taken xi equals to half, or should I explain again?
Yes, ma'am, I got, because it helps to prove the vector addition.
Yeah, it's for the vector addition, because as you already said na, that if you just write simple addition, then xi will come as minus half. But minus half can't be a
Yes,
xi value, because it will give a 0 family member, and 0 family member means nothing, and it should not be there. So obviously xi should be plus half. Okay. So now coming to
yes,
the
yes, ma'am.
I3 value. So I have to remove these things. Okay, now coming to the I3 value. So I3, what was that? Pi minus plus p goes to k minus k0 plus something. So I3 value. So what will be the I3 for pi minus? Pi minus has the I3 value -1, because in that pi family, pi plus pi 0,
Ma'am, it has solved.
it has
Yeah.
See, here 3 family are there in that family. Like 3 member is there in that.
We are looking 2 number question.
We are looking. Oh,
Not
sorry. Yeah. Thank you so much. I totally forget that I was in that question. Just a minute. Sorry. What was the question? PP pi plus n lambda
proton plus
0.
proton. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, P.
P plus P.
Just a minute. P plus P. Uh, which one that?
Pi plus
Pi plus. Okay.
pi plus
Pi
plus
plus.
neutron
Achha, neutron plus
plus lambda 0
lambda 0 plus x.
question mark.
Okay, so I3. So I3 for P is what? Plus half. Because P and N was
Yes.
there. And for P will be again plus half. And pi plus will be what?
Pi plus
Pi plus will be plus 1 because pi plus, pi 0, pi minus, these 3 members makes a triplet. And here
yes.
for pi plus I3 is plus 1, for pi 0 it is 0, for pi minus it is minus 1. I3 that means third component. Okay, so
Yes.
that's why it is like that. So for pi plus I3 is 1. Now tell me what will be the value of n, like the I3 for n.
Plus lambda 0 has
No, n.
n is half.
No, not half. P and n makes a doublet. I is half, but not I3 is half. I3 is half for P. I3 is minus half for n. See, I value will be like, okay, just a minute. I3 value will be 2i plus 1. So, sorry, 2i3 plus 1 is the I value. Like you see here, P and N as a whole, it makes a family. So that means as a whole, I value should be half. And obviously, I value should be same for P and N. But when I am going to take the third component of P and third component of N, then for P, the I3 will be plus half, and I3 will for N will be minus half. Okay, so
Okay.
for n it will be minus half. So just same like that. Here if I just take here pi plus, for pi plus I3 is plus 1, for pi 0 I3 is 0, and for pi minus I3 is minus 1, because I3 will be minus I2 plus I value. So minus I means minus 1 to plus 1 value. So minus 1 to plus 1 means in between that also 0 is there. So minus 1, 0, 1. So minus 1 will be for my pi minus, 0 will be for pi 0, and plus 1 will be for pi plus. So the same like that here, my minus half plus half. Like for minus half to plus half in the step of 1. And in between that there is only one step. So that means minus half and plus half. So minus half will be A for n, and plus half will be for P. So this one. Now coming to the lambda 0 part. What will be the value of I3 for lambda 0? I have told you that lambda, like I3 will be minus I2 plus I value. So what was the value of I for lambda 0?
0.
0. So obviously minus 0 and minus 0 2 plus 0 means what? 0. So that means lambda 0 has a I3 value 0. Now come to the x value. And now I can tell you that I3 is not a vector additive, it is a simple additive. Okay.
So it has 1 by 2.
1 by 2. Fine. So it's a 1 by 2. Now what is the conclusion? That x of I3
I3
will be 1 by 2. Coming to the q part, like quark part. So what was that? P plus P going to
UUD and sorry UD
pi plus n plus lambda 0 plus x. Okay, p is, you told rightly, ud, right, and this one is
UUT.
also ud. Now coming to the pi plus, I have to see what is the pi plus. You have to remember this, okay? Pi plus is ud bar, ud bar, and anything else we need? Oh, n I know, and lambda 0 also I know. So pi plus is ud bar, okay. Now coming to the ud bar part. Okay, this one, yeah. So ud bar and n is udd, okay, and
Yes, ma'am.
lambda 0 is uds. Now I don't know what will be the value of x. We have to calculate. Can you please say that what will be the value of x cube?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do that. I got. But you just have to tell me.
UDS.
Just a minute. What is the result? Like this one?
UDS.
How it can be a UDS? See,
I think some either I can say. Uh, Give me some minutes.
okay, sure. Just
UDS.
remember one thing. Hello, just remember one thing,
Yes, yes.
that the baryon number for x was 0, right? In that very first, when you were calculating, the baryon number for x was 0. That means it is not a baryonic particle. If it is not a
Yes.
baryonic particle, that means q, that type of structure will not be there. Yes. So, and also it
Yes,
was
ma'am.
seeing that it is not a lepton. That means only one choice is left, that it may be a meson. For meson, what was the q combination? It was q bar. So like q bar structure should be there for x. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Now tell me what will be the value.
UDS. I got only two UD, up and down quark.
Yeah, like 2 quark
It
will
is
be there.
possible.
2 quark will be
I
there.
got only
See, 2 quark will be
UD.
there, and one will be q and one will be q bar. Means one will be, let's say, I don't know what will be it, but one will be, let's say, u, and one will be d bar, something like that. Like one will be simple
Okay,
and one will be with bar.
okay. So I got only UD. Uh,
ud
yes.
ud should not be there, right? Like something will be, let's say u is there, so maybe d bar will be there, or s bar or u bar, something like that. Like b, something bar will be there.
Okay.
Okay, I am writing that. Just will have a look at this. See here in that left hand side, what was there? U D D. I think you have did this correctly, because
Yes, ma'am.
UUD was there. So U D D. Okay. Now coming to the right hand part. So right hand part, just compare these things. So there are 4 u, but here only 3 u is there, so one extra u is needed. Okay, so and what about d? D bar d can give a one value, so it will cancel. So dd is there, so dd means this dd is also there, so that means there should not be any d extra. Now here one s extra is there, so that means what should be here? Another thing,
S bar.
s bar, right? So that as
Oh,
a
I am missing. I was missing one day. Uh,
how?
oh,
See, you
yeah, because yes, yes,
you just write all the u together, all the d together, all the s together, so that it will
yes,
be
yes, yes.
convenient. Hmm.
I was getting in RHS only 3D, so that was my mistake.
How 3D came?
It's my fault, man.
Okay, no problem. So US bar is there. So US bar means Q bar structure is there. That is possible because it's a meson. Hmm. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
so that means what will be the s x is US bar. Just check once is it correct or not. All the things you just check once that US bar means what is the Q value? Q means charge, electric charge. U has a charge of what? 2 by 3.
Yes, ma'am.
And S bar has charge minus 1 by 3. So S bar has plus 1 by 3. So as a whole it will give us one value, like charge is 1. Whatever we have done here before, charge was
It says
1.
charge is one.
Okay, charge
Yes,
is
ma'am.
1. Okay, that is fine. Then coming to the B and L part, we got U S bar. So B will be 0 because U has B value 1 by 3 and S is also 1 by 3, but S bar is there, so that means minus 1 by 3. So as a whole 0. And lepton means there is no lepton part, that means it's obviously 0.
All zero,
Okay,
ma'am.
now coming to the S. What will be the S? For U there is no S, so that means 0. For S is minus 1, but it is S bar, so that means it will be a plus 1. And it is obviously correct that XS is plus 1. Now coming to the I part. Okay, I also you can search. You can search here like U and D can make a family and S is a singlet one, like only one family member. So U and D is make a family, that means I value for U is half and for S it's 0. So as a whole half is there. Is it half? Xi was half or not? Yeah, Xi was half.
Half, half.
Okay. Now coming to the I3 value. So what will be the I3 for US bar? So U and D was the family member and S was alone. So just tell me what will be the value for U I3. These two are family member. These two are
Yes,
family member means m equals to 2. M equals to 2 means 2i plus 1 equals to 2. So what will be the value of I?
it's half and one plus one.
I is
Oh, oh. I is half.
half. Yes. So I is half. So if I is half, then I told you that I3 has a value minus I2 plus I. So minus half to plus half. Now minus half is corresponding to last one, plus half is corresponding to first one. So U of I3 is half. Now S value of I is 0 because it's only one member and I is 0. For I3 will also be 0. So that means X of I3 will be half plus 0, which is half. And I think X of I3 was actually half. Yeah, it was actually half. So that means whatever we have taken, the quark combination U S bar, that is correct. Okay, Now coming to the US bar combination, what is basically US bar? You have to think that what is basically US bar. In that quark content table, you can see that US bar is US bar, yes, this one, K plus. So the missing particle is K plus. Do you understand the point? Missing particle is K plus because we were searching for the quark content and it was showing that the quark content for US bar is K plus. So that's why the missing particle for the second one is K plus. Fine?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So just remember that only you have to do one thing. You have to remember this table a little bit. Like I am not saying that you have to remember all the particles S, V, Q and all these things, but you have to remember some of the important particles in particle physics, that their S value, their I value, their I3 value, their quark content and all these things. And also with that you have to just check only 6 parameters. The 6 parameters are like B, L, Q, S, I3. These 6 parameters and one is Q, means quark content. These 7, like this one is additional one, like so many question may not ask this one also, so that's why I am just focusing on the 6 parameters only. So this one may or may not be asked, but these 6 you have to remember for some of the nuclear particle physics particles, so that you can answer all of the questions in particle physics, basically quark model, and you can tell particle physics also. So this is the main thing. Okay. So now coming to the fifth one, I think fifth one is not that much problematic. It's basically not exactly a quark model question. It's basically a relativistic question. Well, I mean relativity question. Have you already know that what is relativity, like special theory of relativity I am talking?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah,
I
obviously
know.
you are a NEET aspirant, so that means you have to know. Okay.
Yes.
So the question is like that: a pi zero meson has a mass 135 MeV by c square. It is given there with momentum this one. Okay, I think we should talk this question in the next class because the time is over. But okay, I am just leaving this question for you. If you can do yourself, then it will be very good, or if you can't do that, then just we will discuss in the next class, because right now we are going to take some simple multiple choice question. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
I think I told in the last class that I am doing in the reverse way, that at first I will do the very hard questions, and after that I will do the very simple questions. So right now I will do the simple questions. Okay. So hard
Okay,
questions
ma'am.
has already done, and this fifth number question you have to do, and just take a screenshot of that. If you can do, then it will be a very good, or if you can't do that, then we will do in the next class. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay, now we were going to do that simple questions. These are the very simple questions. This is a multiple choice question. Can you answer that question? Three main conservation laws used in particle physics. So, what are the three main conservation laws?
The A is,
Yeah,
I think,
good.
charge, baryon, and electron.
Yes. I think there should not be any I think. Okay, you have to sure that yes, a number A is the
Okay,
right.
okay. Uh,
Okay.
okay, ma'am.
So charge A, why? Obviously, I have told you that Q, B, and N will have to conserve in any
Yes,
nuclear
yes.
reaction.
I use this concept here.
Yes. So that's why. Okay. Now coming to the second one. It's a very simple question. Now coming to the second one. In particle decay, new particles move off in opposite directions to conserve what? Do you understand the question? The question is basically, if you have one rest particle, okay, so from that rest particle, let's say one particle is creating, so another particle is also creating. So if this particle is at rest, that means its momentum, like kinetic energy, or you can tell the momentum is basically mv. So if it is in rest, that means its momentum is 0. So if one particle will be creating and another particle will also create, so if in this case mv equals to 0, after creating the particles, obviously as a whole the momentum should be 0, because like otherwise momentum conservation will be violated. So like it was saying that if one particle is creating in that way, another particle which will be created, it should be in the opposite direction, so that v will be plus half here and v will be minus half here, so that as a whole the v will be 0. Because before the before the decay, the velocity was 0 as it was at rest. After the decay, it should be 0 as a whole. So that's why one condition will be that momentum will be opposite direction. Okay, and now the second one, which will be the second one will be basically charge. Because if any particle is creating, let's say this one has a charge 0. So if it is one particle is creating with plus 1, so obviously charge conservation should be there in any nuclear reaction. So in that opposite direction particle should have a charge minus 1. So the charge should be in opposite direction, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the answer will be B, momentum and charge. It's a very tricky question, but not that much tricky. Okay, now coming to the third one. It's a very simple, just quick answer.
Electron.
Yeah, the lepton in a hydrogen atom is electron. See how simple questions are that. Okay,
Yes, yes.
now come to that one. It's also very simple.
Wave B. Okay, wait. Electrically neutral. Very low mass. Black box.
This question I like very much because I am doing on that one, so I have to like this one. Electric.
Neutrino.
Yeah, neutrino.
Ne- yes.
Because
Actually, neutrino is the yes.
yeah, tell.
Uh, very much research in India neutrino on the neutrino.
No, it's not
Uh,
like that. I told you that I am working on that particle. That's why you were
uh,
telling like that. You should
no,
know
no,
the
no.
answer.
Actually, I know the our neutrino, India-based neutrino observatory.
Yeah.
I have attended some lecture in a COVID time.
So okay, the electrically neutral. Electrically neutral means it should have a zero electric charge. So neutrino has zero electric
Yes,
charge. Okay. Now coming to the other questions, that W and Z, like W don't have any zero charge because W is W plus and W minus. But Z can have a zero electric charge, but it is written here W and Z. So that means this one will not be the answer. Now coming to the gluon part. Gluon can also be the answer because it's also electrically neutral. Graviton is also electrically neutral. Photon is also electrically neutral. But coming to the next one, that is low mass scale of leptons. So only neutrino is lepton. No one is a lepton because gluon is not a lepton. Graviton is not a lepton. Photon is a boson. Gluon, graviton, these two are also
yes,
boson. So obviously neutrino will be the answer.
yes,
Okay. Now coming
yes.
to the second one.
Actually, I got the answer on the basis of lepton.
Oh yeah, yes, you should. Okay. Now coming to that one.
I have no idea. Actually, I have not remember.
See, baryon number of a meson. Meson does not have a baryon number because baryon number will be +1 for baryonic matter. Okay, I am writing here. Baryonic particle, it has +1 baryon number. Antibaryonic particle, it has -1. Non-baryonic particle, it has 0. So non-baryonic means these particles which is not a baryon. So baryon is meson is not a baryon, lepton is not a baryon. So these non-baryonic particle has base baryonic number 0. So the answer will be 0. Okay, it's a very simple thing that obviously if your particle is not a baryon, then how can it have a baryonic number? So the
Yes.
particle which is baryon, it only has baryon number +1, and antibaryonic particle will have baryon number -1, and the meson have a baryon number 0. Not only meson, if I write here lepton instead of meson, just write here lepton, then also the answer will be 0. Okay. Now
Yes, sir.
coming to the second question. Yeah. Oh no, not this one. I think you can't. Okay. Okay, there is no question left. So do that fifth one, and after that we will meet in the next class. So that if you will do, then it will be very good. Otherwise, we will do in the next class. And
Ma'am, this slide is how? Uh, Sorry to interrupt.
no
Tell
no
me,
no no
ma'am.
no 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 no. You can tell.
This slide is available on the web.
Yeah, sorry.
This slide, present slide is available on the web portal.
Yeah, in YouTube it will be present.
Um okay.
Do you want that slides? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You can give me your mail ID. I can send you through mail.
Okay.
You can text me. Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. You can text me your mail ID, so I can send you that PDF like slides.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And obviously the next class, like most probably it will be on next Sunday at 5 to 6 p.m. India time. But most probably I am
Yes.
telling because I am not that much pretty sure. So most probably 90% surety is there that it will be on next Sunday from 5 to 6 India time. Okay.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
If the time will be changed, then obviously NPTEL coordinator will tell you, and obviously I have to inform before, and after that he will tell you. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, bye. And one thing is that like I did not mention this one right now because I have to tell a little bit on that question, so I did not tell you right now. And one more thing I
Okay.
will tell you, which is a very interesting thing about quark model, so we'll tell in the next class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am, for India time.
Good night.
I don't know what is the time now.
Now it's where is my phone? Now it's 10:39
Oh, okay. So good
p.m.
night, ma'am.
Yeah, good night. Bye.